Hey guys, I'm Dupree, and today I will be teaching you how to control the cue ball on the break. So we're going to go through all the games that I can. 2 break spots in 9 ball, and then 1 break spot in 8 ball and 10 ball. And maybe straight pull if we have time in the video. But let's go ahead and start with my break spot in 9 ball. And I apologize if I sound like nasally. I woke up randomly this morning with like 102-degree fever. So I'm not feeling the best. My throat's still sore, but I still am trying to get out a video to you guys, so spare me a little bit. So, we're breaking a 9 ball from around the middle of the table. I like to break almost in between the first and second diamond on the end rail. I break a little closer to this second diamond. So, we also put the cue ball pretty far up, but not as far up because I like keeping my hand on this rail when I break. So the goal is to hit this 1 ball pretty much full. You can aim a little bit to the left or right, but we're going to aim pretty much full. And the goal is to have that cue ball pop out and stop somewhere around here. Now, this isn't a 100% guarantee thing. Just because there's so many balls flying around the table, your cue ball can get kicked somewhere. So this isn't a 100% guarantee, but I will show a successful attempt of the break. But it's about an 85% thing. But we're breaking from this middle of the table, and if we want to break hard, the thing you have to do is aim below center. Now, you'd be like, why would you aim below center if you want the cue ball to have top spin and stop right here? Well, if you break really hard, usually your body follows through like that. And see how that tip goes up. So when you aim for backspin, you are putting top spin when your tip goes up like that. Make sure you are chalked up because nothing looks stupider than miscuing on a break. So let's just go ahead and get right into a successful attempt. I'll tell you how many attempts it took. So hopefully it's first attempt and our cue ball doesn't get kicked, but I can't guarantee anything, and you should not expect this to be 100% of the time. Even the pros cannot break and control the cue ball perfectly 100% of the time. So let's get into the break. So this next break is probably the most common 9 ball break, and that is breaking from the side about a ball away from the rail, around right here on either side. So it's again the same spin, a little bit of bottom, transfers a little bit of top. Try to hit full or a little bit to the right of this one. Another option you have is to come off this rail, and then that forward spin will kind of stop right here. So the goal is to get the cue ball close to the center of the table, because the 1 ball will be going towards one of the side pockets. And if it doesn't go in, we got this 2 ball that's going to go a few rails, and then hopefully we get a shot on that. So always look where the 2 ball is to determine where you should break from and where you should try to stop your cue ball. Because there is common patterns. Like these 2 wing balls, the 8 and 5, will head towards those corners. This ball will usually rebound off here and go up there, and these 2 balls usually stay around this area. 1 ball goes up there, and these 2 usually stay around this area, but they can be kicked. So again, it's not a guarantee. There's many variables when breaking in 9 ball or in pool in general. So let's show you the break. So both of those 9 ball breaks took 2 attempts. On the first attempt from around there, around the middle of the table, our cue ball got kicked into the side pocket, which is always a danger with the problem if you don't hit the 1 ball completely full. And then the second attempt we got it, and then the first attempt on the side break, we got good position, but it's not what I wanted. So I decided to shoot it again. So now we're going to talk about 10 ball, which again is very similar. So we're going to rack up 10 ball. 10 ball is basically the same game as 9 ball. except with 10 balls. So, very self-explanatory. I always break from the place where I'm breaking 9 ball, right here, when I'm breaking 10 ball, and it's pretty much the same thing. You want to aim a little bit below the center on the cue ball, contact the 1 completely full in 10 ball, that's the goal. And your cue ball wants to pop out and end up right here, or close to the center of the table. You may end up on one of the sides, but if you're close to the middle of the table, you usually will have a shot on this 1 ball. The reason you need a shot on that 1 ball is because 10 ball is a game. There's a lot of people that don't know this. Just ignore this part if you do. You have to run them in order. So you have to hit the 1 first, and then the 2, and then the 3, and then the 4. So you need a shot on that 1 ball specifically. You don't just need a shot like an 8 ball. So let's go ahead and get into this break. A lot of people have been saying that they want the cue ball to be closer to that second diamond on going this way. So I put mine a little further back. This is around the second diamond line. My cue ball's right there, just so I can put my bridge hand on that rail. That just makes it more comfortable for me, and I've noticed a lot of pros have started doing that recently. So, I don't know if one of them saw one of my videos or if they just figured out that that's more comfortable, but they decided to do that, and now it's kind of taken the 10-ball world by storm. So, I would advise you to try it out, see what's more comfortable. If it's not more comfortable for you, then go back to breaking with your hand on the actual table. But here's the 10-ball break. So that was again another 2-attempt break. I got kicked into the side again, which is a very unlucky thing to happen. My cue ball did stop pretty much where it is now, and then a ball just came from behind it and just kicked it into that side. So that was pretty annoying. But that was another good example of controlling it fairly well. So let's get all the balls for 8 ball. And let's rack up a rack of 8 ball. Just a second. There we go. Now we have a rack of 8 ball ready to go. 8 ball is, again, pretty much the exact same concept. I break from the same spot with that same amount of topspin. Just in 8 ball, it's more common for your cue ball to be kicked out of its position that it's in. So if you stop it in the center, a lot of balls go through the center. So you're going to have to hope to get lucky that a ball doesn't just come from somewhere and just knock your cue ball into a space where you can't hit a ball. But the good thing about 8 ball is there's no specific ball that you need to hit. It's either a stripe or solid. So you just have to get a shot on one of the balls. And if you're in the center of the table, you will have a lot of options to shoot from. So let's just go ahead and get right into the 10-ball break. 8-ball break. Not that difficult. Just, again, bridge on that rail, a little bit of topspin, and here it is. So a lot of people have trouble controlling the cue ball on the break. That's pretty much the most important part of the break, besides making a ball. So, a drill that you can do to find your breaking speed that allows you to control the cue ball would be to put a random ball out on the spot, go to your breaking mark, and you try to hit that one ball completely full, which can be very tough. Now, every time you see, that was a little hard right there. So every time you don't hit it completely full, try hitting slower. So you see, we're not doing too well right here. So we would hit slower. And now you see how much better that cue ball is controlled. So instead of just whacking that one ball right there, hit slower and try to control that cue ball. And then that speed that you can constantly keep that cue ball in a little range, that's the speed you should start breaking at. And then you increase that speed as your control increases. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please click that like button down below. If you want to be notified when I post a new video, you can click the subscribe button and then the bell icon right next to it. That'll just send you an email and a notification saying that I've uploaded a new video. If you guys are interested in improving your game, this is a great tool for that. This is the IQ training ball. What happens when you hit this ball, a little chalk mark is left on the face of it, so you can tell exactly where you're hitting. A lot of people think they're hitting center, and then they'll be hitting like bottom right, which is a problem because the cue ball does veer off with English. So if you hit on the right, the cue ball does veer off to the left. So if you think you're hitting center and you're actually hitting on the right, you could throw your whole shot off. So this is a great tool to practice with. You can order one of these for $27, including shipping to the US. It does ship pretty much everywhere. So you can order one of these on iqclinic.com. That's ICUECLINIC.com. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.